something that was organized on high or anything. This is a genuine grassroots deal. Can y'all hear me with the wind? We doing all right? And Pam Pollard, a good friend of mine, is one of the leaders of Americans for Prosperity for the state, and asked me to come to Chandler and talk to y'all. I've been traveling the state for the past few months in my candidacy for labor commissioner in the election next year. And so I've been able to talk to a lot of people about their concerns, and they've been bringing up the bailouts and the socialism drift that we've had the past. And you know what? Let's be honest here. It's not just the past 3 months of the new presidency. This has been going on longer than that. And I may be a Republican candidate for office, but that doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and shill for the Republicans that helped get us in this mess. Because for the past 10 years, actually, I think it's been more than that, for quite a while now, we've had Republicans and Democrats in bed together with a lot of big business interests and a lot of wasteful spending that there's just no excuse for. You know, I saw in this stimulus that there's $200 million being spent to reseed the National Mall. Well, I know some sod farmers in eastern Oklahoma that could have done the job for a lot less than that. I mean, I just resodded my yard and it only cost me a couple $100. I've been at the mall. That's one ugly place. But I mean, let's be serious here. What kind of seeds are they using? I mean, that's not going to make us a beanstalk or anything. So, I think what we're doing right now is, look at every young person around here, everybody under 10 years old. And I heard somebody on the radio today say something very smart. We all need to turn to them and say, congratulations, you're broke. You know, you don't have a house to have a mortgage for. You didn't go to college to have student loans for, but already you've got debt close to $100,000 per individual child. And it's not getting any better right now. Now, hold on though. There is one part of government that we're cutting right now. We're cutting the defense budget. Well, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? You know, because of all the problems in the world, we can spend more on everything, but we're going to cut defense. I don't think that makes any sense. And I don't think that the people of Chandler, Oklahoma, the people of anywhere, Oklahoma, should sit by and let that be the way things happen. And you know, there's a secret about politicians. I used to work over at the state capitol, and I wasn't joking when I said that's the first time I've seen that many honest people there. But when I worked there, I learned one thing that I didn't know before I worked there. Politicians are cowards. They are. They are scared to death of what voters think. Enough protests like this, and they're happening all over the country right now. I heard that the one in downtown Oklahoma City got upwards of 6,000 people today. There were 2 in Tulsa, and each one of them put together was about 4,000 people. And I look around here and I see about 50 people, 60 people in Lincoln County, Oklahoma. And let me tell you, that can be a critical mass. That can be enough people to change things. You know, we had a city council race down in Lexington, Oklahoma, just a little south of Norman. And that was a tie race. They literally drew lots to determine who would win that city council race. I mean, talk about one vote making a difference. So 60 people coming out and saying, we're not going to stand for it anymore. We think all this wasteful spending is nuts. Now, here, let's go back a second. How did we get into this problem in the first place? We spent too much money, right? We borrowed too much money. A bridge to nowhere in Alaska. Now, there were some people, some even Republicans, that would stand up and say a few years ago, you know, these deficits aren't smart. We're spending ourselves into oblivion. We're ruining the value of the dollar, and we can't do this anymore. So now we're fixing it, y'all. We're going to be fine. Because we spent too much, we borrowed too much. The thing we need to do is spend more and borrow more. Am I right? Is that going to help us out? Well, I think it will, right? I mean, if we turn the dollar into Confederate money, we're going to be fine, right? Well, you know, we talk about the past few years, some people said we cut taxes too much. Some people said that we spend too much. Now, if you ask me, if we just ran the government in a vaguely sane way, we'd be able to cut taxes even more, and we wouldn't be wasting the money. There are projects that we are spending. I mean, y'all probably saw these flyers over here. The type of things we're spending money on. This is this stimulus bill, but this has been happening for years. And I don't want to stand up here and bore y'all all night. So this is a public rally. This is supposed to be the people talking, not the slow turtle. So I mean, does anybody have anything that they think that needs to be brought up? Yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
I'd love socialism if I thought it worked. If somebody can give me a working